Hello everyone and welcome back to more Mystic Destinies. We are back for more Takumi route. Oh my god, we are currently in chapter 13 Noir right now. Oh my god, in the last episode. Holy shit. Okay, so last episode, I'm trying to do this really quick. So started off with basically after Jinso and Naoki leaves the apartment with Takumi after, telling them about the whole memory potion shit, and Naoki gonna go work on it. We had a heart-to-heart moment with Takumi and asking him why he's doing, drugs and shit in his apartment. We found out that his mom got attacked by Asesina, and that's kind of like a triggering point where he's like, I have to do something or else she won't, stop coming after me and my family. So we're like, oh my god, why are you doing this by yourself? You have us. You're such an amazing person. Don't think so little of yourself. Blah blah blah. So we stayed the night there with Takumi. Then we left early in the morning, and then because Hana was like, this is so awkward. I don't know what we are right now. So she goes back to Aurelia's place, and then she talks to. She's researching more about death magic and like the symptoms of how to get rid of it, I guess. But then afterwards, Aurelia and Takumi shows up, and they're like, hey, and then before anything can really happen, I think Aurelia was like, hey, now he contacted me about the potion he's done, and we're like, oh shit, that's fast. So and then soon afterwards, now he shows up and he has this vile potion in his hand. He's like, okay, Takumi, drink this. So he drinks it. He sort of passes out for a few minutes, and then we were so worried, but then he woke up and he was like, so the black-haired woman is actually your mom. And then we're like, oh my god, this doesn't make sense. Why is she there, kind of thing. But before we could really kind of sit down and think about it, so a vampire busts through our apartment, or Aurelia's apartment, and in walks Asesina. Asesina is like all this big boss, this big head honcho girl here, and she just walks in, casually strolls in, was like, so, I overheard how Naoki was saying how if it's Shizuka's magic, then he might be able to figure out the spell that Shizuka put Yasuhiro under to make him fall into a coma. And then so before anything could really be out discussed, that's when Asesina walks in. She drags in a really beaten up Jun. Nobody's happy about it, and then she tried to kidnap us, but then a fight broke out, and then we accidentally killed somebody, and then Asesina pulls out a gun. She brings a gun to a knife fight, and she was like, it stops the action momentarily, and she was like, she was taunting Takumi, saying how, oh, is your girlfriend even more powerful than you are and stuff, and do you really think that what you're doing right now is the smartest decision because you got somebody killed and shit like that. And so so Takumi kind of was trying to play the bluffing game as well, and he was like, yeah, why don't you find out? And of course Hana was like, don't worry, I'm immortal, she can't do anything to me. And of course Asesina was like, you want to try it? And so Takumi tried to get to us, but then in that moment Asesina shoots us in the head. We fall unconscious, of course, and then we were out for a week. And then once we woke up again, Aurelia kind of filled us in on what happened. So basically, we survived the shot. Takumi went AWOL. Yeah, he's he went super crazy because he got shot, and then afterwards, because Aurelia couldn't handle his emotional state, she sent him away, and then he hasn't been seen since. And of course that made Hana really worried, and so as soon as she was better, she goes and she finds Jinso to help her find Takumi. And so during that time, she goes over to Naoki because she was like, oh yeah, he's saying something about how he could possibly figure out the spell that would wake up Yasuhiro. So we go and we visit him. He says, yes, I figured it out, but I'm not interested anymore. And she's like, why? And then she was just like, I don't want to get involved anymore, or some shit like that. But Hana insisted. She's like, I want to learn it, teach me how to do it so I can do it. So Naoki's like, okay, fine. So he teaches us a spell. It's death magic. Oh, big surprise. And she goes over to the hospital. She calls everybody. So she calls the parents, Arai parents, and she calls Jinso there. So she goes over. She performs the spell successfully. I might have fucked up the first time, but either way, we got him back. And then we went out, and then we're like, okay, that's cool. We came back on the next day because that spell took a lot out of us, and it's death magic, so that took a piece of our soul, but whatever. And so we came back after Jinso called us saying that he had a lead on Takumi or something like that. But we go and revisit that Yasuhiro, and then we see that Yasuhiro's are really like, he's up and about, like even though he's been in a coma for 3 years, but he seems really healthy. And we're like, what is this? Like, damn, like you're really sprightly. But then we find out that he's been turned into a vampire. Oh my god. So Yasuhiro is no longer human. He's turned into a vampire. Jinso was saying how he has a lead that says Takumi is with Asesina and possibly Jun as well. So Yasuhiro and Jinso and us set off to Aurelia's apartment to go prepare, but then we find Naoki there because Naoki is also looking for his brother because his brother is missing. Actually, no, yeah. We found out that his brother is missing and it's possibly with Asesina right at that moment. So then afterwards, they're like, okay, Naoki, why don't you come with us because you're looking for your brother who happens to be in the same place as Takumi might be. So yes, we go over, we form our little squad, Aurelia, Jinso, Yasuhiro, and Naoki and us. And so we're gonna storm the mafia base, and that's what we did. The plan was that the 3 guys would go in first, and if they took too long, we go in afterwards. Aurelia and Hana. So that ends up happening. So we get into the middle of the fight. We managed to disarm everybody, and then the Silver Dogs showed up for like the last few seconds of it to just clean up, and then they're like, okay, bye, you're gonna handle our dirty work, and we're like, oh my god, fine, what the hell. So yeah, it turns out to be that little mafia storming plan was a trap. So Asesina wasn't actually there, so we're like, okay, now what? So then we're like, Naoki was like, so Takumi the best, what do you think you would do? And of course Aurelia chimed in, was like saying how like, okay, so he's knowing Takumi, he's probably doing something stupid, or he's probably doing something to like escape from humanity. And we're all like, oh snap, Takumi and Jun are together. And so the connection was that he might possibly be trying to turn himself into a vampire. That's where we are. Naoki was like, come with me, and that's where we are. We're apparently at the piano bar now, and I don't even know why we are here, so let's find out why. So, Naoki brings us to an unexpected place, Carnivalis, the place where the fight between Takumi and Jun took place. Yes, why are we here? The place seems empty, and Naoki goes up to the bar looking for a bartender. I push my hood back a little, and a girl comes out. Oh, we know her. Mr. Naoki, how are you? Yes. Press for time, Haruna. Yes, her name's Haruna. She was in Tatsuya's route, and she was Tatsuya's ex-girlfriend. Has Jun been here tonight? Yeah. Yes, sort of. What do you mean, sort of? He and a beautiful lady came through. Oh, Asesina. Oh, but it didn't look like Mr. Jun wanted to be with her. No, of course not. Mr. Jun just looked at me and they went through the back. Oh, okay. The only thing that's back there is access to the rooftop, though. Oh, what the hell? I didn't get a good look at him, but he didn't look good. No, he had the shit beaten out of him like a few days ago? A week ago? I thought I saw blood. I'm sure I did. Oh no, that's concerning. Was there a man with white hair too? Oh yes, there was. Okay, so Takumi's there. Okay, alright. He didn't look well at all either. What is going on? Everyone looks at each other. Naoki gives a quick nod and starts heading towards the back. Okay. Oh, are you going up there too? Yes. We are. Thanks for your help. You might want to leave. I hope everything's okay. Oh, Haruna, don't worry your pretty head over this. With that, we go toward the back with grim expressions. I find myself praying to whoever or whatever might be listening that Takumi is alright. I mean, he managed to walk up there, so... Oh my, it's raining. Naoki opens the door to the rooftop, and even though... Yeah. Naoki opens the door to the rooftop, and even through the rain, we immediately spot who we were looking for. Oh, wow. You don't look so hot, Takumi. Asesina and Takumi, who is fighting against her with daggers while she only uses her gun to block. My god, he looks like hell. What have they done to him? Oh my god. My first instinct is to run to him, but Aurelia places a firm hand on my arm. I don't think they know we're here. I look at her, but she only shakes her head. Why? What? We can't distract him, right? I'm able to understand her mouthed words, and I whip my head back around to watch Takumi frustrated with my own uselessness. Okay, but what do? We gotta back him up though. Like, he looks like he's about to collapse. Seconds feels like hours as the two fight back and forth, Asesina easily holding her own against Takumi. As the fight goes on, I notice it. What? Something's not right. Something's off about Taku. He's different. He's covered in sweat, holding himself with one arm, shaking. What? His eyes keep changing strangely, like a weird vivid purple glow. are you in the process of like trying to change over to becoming a vampire? What is happening? He isn't. No, not a. What the God fucking damn it. Why would he do this? He's gone too damn far. Girl, fill me in. What's happening? I look around the roof and look around the rooftop and off to the side. I spot Jun being held back by several vampires. Okay. Asesina seems to be having fun fighting Taku, and she only spares us a triumphant glance. Oh. More of Asesina's lackeys file in behind us, blocking off the door. One thing is clear, Asesina planned even this. We walked right into another trap. But at least she's here this time. Asesina moves at a leisurely pace during the entire fight, and I know she thinks she's won. Everyone around me seems to be evaluating the situation and her every move. Asesina holds her gun up and actually shoots at Takumi this time, forcing him to leap back to avoid the bullet. Things are at a standstill until Takumi stops and finally sees us. Sees me, alive and well. Yeah, it's your girl! It's your girl, she back from the dead! Locking eyes with me, he freezes. Yeah, I'm alive. An opportunity that leaves an opening for Asesina, which she gladly takes. Oh, you play so dirty! The shot hits him hard, sending him flying backward. Takumi falls to the ground. Oh! Takumi! I hope you're a vampire of some sort, because I'm sure you're more robust than a bullet. Nothing else matters. I run towards him, which immediately causes everyone to start fighting. Oh my god! The vampires surround everyone, and Yasu and Jinso pull out their guns and start a firefight. Oh god! I have to get to him. That's the only thought that dominates my mind entirely. I move through the chaos. Naoki attacks Asesina, dodging her bullets in between landing a few hits of his own. Nice. I dodge out of the way of a vampire, and with a snap of my fingers, he crumples to the ground. That's so useful. A cold sensation momentarily grips at my heart, but I ignore it and keep moving. Yasu keeps trying to get to Asesina, yelling obscenities at her as he shoots down her lackeys left and right. They're not letting him move an inch. I elude a bullet sent my way. I can't even tell who shot at me this time. Doesn't matter. Aurelia and Jinso stand back, offering their support. Aurelia savagely attacking a vampire while Jinso shoots it. A pissed off looking vampire jumps in front of me. He swings at me with a knife. No. A loud gunshot rings through. Oh, all I managed to see is blood splattering everywhere before he falls limp to the ground. Nice, thank you. I look to the side to see Jinso pointing his gun where the vampire was standing. I give him a little nod and mouth thanks before jumping over the dead vampire and running to Takumi. How big is this rooftop? God damn. Oh my god. But even as Takumi lies there bleeding, clutching his chest, he sees me and screams. What? Stay back! Did you... Get out of here. Sir, I don't want you to get hurt. Girl, your girl's immortal. She came back from a headshot to the face, girl. Like, I don't think nothing can hurt me right now. I throw up a shield to protect myself from a stray bullet as I continue to move closer to him. By who? Asesina? Or you? Alright, so I'm freaking pissed that he's doing this. What kind of idiot is he? On the ground, groaning while Naoki attacks Asesina, he manages to mumble. I'm doing it for you, but I never asked for this. As Asesina shoots at Naoki, she laughs. How romantic. Yes. Are you seriously talking about this during a life or death fight? Naoki runs around her gunshots and tries to grab Asesina, but she manages to whip him in the face with her gun. Ow! She gives him a powerful kick away from her, and he flies in the opposite direction. The moment he lands, one of her guys attacks him. Asesina sets her sights on me. Oh my gosh. I almost reach Takumi when Asesina runs up to me and grabs me from behind. Not this again. No. Seeing this, Takumi struggles and with blood falling faster, pushes himself up to his feet. No, Takumi, stay down. I'm fine. No, you don't look fine. I'm more than fine. What? With a strange, almost lazy posture, he stares at Asesina. What is going on? How are you standing? What? Quickly, she places her gun to my temple, but Taku is suddenly just there in front of me. Are you a vampire now? I guess so. He tears Asesina's arms away from me and pulls me into his. This close to him, I can see the wounds he suffered on his face, the blood spilling from them mingling with the rain. He rips his clothing, the blood splatters on it. He rips the rips in his clothing, the blood splatters on his clothes. Just how much did Taku suffer at her hands? He raises a single dagger to Asesina, the tip at her throat, and he growls. I've had enough of you. I think everybody has. For years, you've trampled on people. You've destroyed lives and families to get what you want. Taku presses the dagger into Asesina's throat. Now, you're gonna get a taste of your own medicine. Okay, something glints under the moonlight as Taku raises his lips in an almost inhuman snarl. Yeah. Fangs? Yes. Oh gosh. Coupled together with the vicious expression on his face, painted with wounds and blood. It's clear that Takumi isn't human anymore. Yes. Taku immediately moves to push the dagger into Asesina's throat, but lightning fast, she knocks his wrist away and jumps back. Alright. Takumi lets me go and gives me a push towards safety. Then he runs after Asesina and begins swiping and jabbing at her with his dagger furiously. The following fight is so intense that it's hard to follow it with my eyes. Like Aurelia had said before, Takumi's almost like an enraged animal. But he's so much stronger now, and so much faster. Is this the power of a vampiric transformation? I guess so. Asesina is clearly on the defense and suffers multiple cuts from Takumi's daggers, yeah. He won't let her get enough distance or time to reload her weapon, so she can only rely on her natural speed and power. However, even that now seems lacking in comparison to Takumi. Wow, really? Whenever she does manage to get a shot in, Takumi dodges it with ease. He makes it look so easy that it's almost laughable. But as I watch closely, I see it. What? Takumi's face is not only contorted with rage, but with pain too. I mean, yeah, didn't people say that the transformation to a vampire is like really painful? Or at least he said so himself. Like Yasuhiro got off easy because he was in a coma for 3 years, so he didn't feel that shit. I grow worried, watching, wondering. Can I do anything to help? Should I? He gave up everything for this strength to interfere now. Even if I save him, that might destroy him. But at this rate, he'll kill her. I look around for a moment and notice that all the other vampires are either incapacitated or dead. Jinsou Yazu. Yeah, Jinsou Yazu, Naoki, who's gently helping his brother Jun stand, and Aurelia. They only watch the fight closely. No one makes a move to interfere. Even though it must be clear that Takumi is losing it and about to make a huge mistake, no one makes a single move to help. Maybe they know they shouldn't interfere? I mean, still, there must be something I can do to help him. Even if I'm not supposed to, if he needs help, how can I just ignore it? I promised I'd protect him. If no one else will, I have to be the one to save him. I steel myself and shout, Takumi! Okay, thank God I don't have to make this decision. You don't have to do this. Takumi doesn't turn, he doesn't stop wrestling with Asesina, and the two now locked in a power struggle. Asesina strains against Takumi, she tries to get her finger on the trigger with one hand while holding his wrist to keep him from stabbing her with the other. I could swear I see his eyes dart to me, so I get the courage to continue. You didn't need to change yourself to be better for anyone. And you don't need to kill on behalf of those who have been wronged by her. Let justice be served, not revenge. I see Jinsou nod out of the corner of my eye. Emboldened, I continue. Revenge isn't going to make her pay for her crimes. Once you kill her, she'll get off easy, and you'll have her blood on your hands. True. It isn't going to bring anyone back. It isn't going to bring back the time your family lost with Yazu. But you can rely on us for help. Let us bring her into the authorities and let us help you move forward. Right? That's right, Taku. You have your bro back now. After all these years and you worked so hard, he's back now, bruh. I'm here now, yeah. In a quiet voice, I murmur, you don't need any more burdens on your conscience. You don't need to shoulder them all alone anymore. Please rely on us. Please rely on me. Yeah, whatever future there is, I want to face it with you. Takumi continues to struggle against Asesina despite my speech. The moments stretch on before he suddenly lets out an inhuman roar and pushes her away hard. Nice, he grabs the gun out of her hand as she falls. Asesina stumbles back, attempting some sort of save, but she slips and falls. Breathing heavily, she props herself up with her elbows. Yeah. Yasu, Jinso, Aurelia, and the twins surround a now weaponless Asesina. Yasuhiro stands at her feet with a gun pointed right at her. I run to Takumi as he collapses to the ground, panting and in obvious pain, the transformation clearly progressing further. I hold him up as he pushes himself to kneel. I watch Asesina and the others a little ways away. Alright, Asesina viciously glares up at Yasuhiro. As some last-ditch effort, she leaps up at him with an angry yell. A gunshot cuts through her yell and the sound of rain around us. You shot her! For a second, it seems like Yasu fired only a warning shot. No, she shot her. He shot her. Asesina stands frozen just a few inches away from him. Yeah, but then she coughs and blood spurts out of her mouth. Wide-eyed, she gasps for air and unceremoniously falls to the ground. A puddle of blood starts to slowly form around her limp body. Yasu! After my impassioned speech about justice and getting her to the authorities, you just up and shoot her? Well, I guess so. He's like better me than like Takumi, because I'm pretty sure Takumi has been through some serious shit, and like, you know, again, like, you know, he has a lot of guilt and stuff on his mind, so I don't think, you know, the death of Asesina should be added to another one, you know? I guess. Jinso grabs Yasu's shoulder with one hand, aggressively pulling him back to look at him. He stares him in the face. But Yasu only stares down at Asesina's body. That's some pretty strong bullets. Fucking finally someone killed the bitch. Of course you would want that. That would be nice, but she isn't dead. Oh, she's not. Okay. Look. Oh, what? They all look down to see that Asesina is lying on the ground with blood pouring out of her shoulder. Oh, okay, so it's not a fatal shot then. Yeah, she's alright. Her face is turned to the side and her eyes slowly open. Asesina stares at nothing as the rain falls around us. She doesn't even try to hold her shoulder out of pain or stop the bleeding. She doesn't move at all, just lies there in defeat. Asesina's quiet voice is just barely heard over the sound of rainfall. All I ever wanted was to be sure that my love could stay by my side. What? Jinso is the one to quietly respond. Do you mean Kenzo? But Asesina doesn't respond directly. She continues to stare at nothing as she mumbles. My love. Was that why you conspired with the sorceress? Asesina gives the faintest nod. An artifact. That's all it would have taken to be together forever. Why did the Chronos have to be worthless? What? Asesina's eyes fall onto me. I barely pay her any mind as I desperately hold Takumi. He struggles in my arms, his breathing labored, groaning and sweating as the transformation progresses. Do you know the kind of hell that awaits you? I look at Asesina. The void would be a comfort compared to the desolate wasteland that your life becomes when love leaves you. And with eternity facing you, he will leave your side one day. Oh girl, Asesina whispers, tears run down her face and mix with the rain. Oh girl, you did it out of love. Is that love makes you do crazy things, and love makes monsters out of all of us. Oh my god. Don't you understand how we're the same? Our long lifespans and human lovers, we do anything to prevent living on past them. Yes. Her words have some twinge of truth in them. Yes, truth to them. I can relate. I can feel some smidgen of sympathy for her now that I know her motivations, but you're right, I do understand more than anyone now. But your actions are unforgivable. If you live only for yourself, using, abusing, and trampling those around you, the universe will pass judgment on you. One day it always comes to bear. Asesina only closes her eyes at my words and starts to silently sob. Yeah. You kind of lost your way and your purpose along the way of your, you know, staying with your lover. Like, you know, you had some pure intentions behind it, but like, you know, you kind of went too far. Man. Next to Asesina, I see Aurelia look disturbed at my words, but I don't have time to think about why. Ugh. Oh yeah, we gotta deal with you. Unable to take it anymore, Takumi suddenly yells out and completely collapses into my arms. I looked down and then turned to Naoki. So, can you stop the transformation? That's impossible. Yeah, I figured. It's like, I don't even know how long, like, the venom was in his system, so it's like, you know, that time, it's like, it could have been already too deep in. You either transform or you die. Oh. Even Detective Yasuhiro eventually turned after being in status for years, yes. With Arai's injuries, I would be surprised if he even made it through the transformation alive. So there's nothing I can do. Well, I looked down at Taku's pained face and buried my face in his neck. Why? Why? You don't need to change. Yeah, you didn't need to change. You could have relied on us. Why didn't you rely on us? Aurelia and Yazu leave Asesina to the others and walk over to me. Yazu kneels next to me and gently places his hand on my back. Aurelia kneels down to examine Takumi. Feeling completely useless and frustrated, all my feelings come pouring out as I look at Takumi. Why don't you understand? I don't want you to be anything more than you. You're amazing just the way you are, without even having to do any of the things you train so hard to do. But that makes you 100 times more amazing anyway. Do you not already see how unbelievable you are, how far you've come, and all the incredible things you've already done? You're an idiot for not realizing how wonderful you are. But I love you. I love you, even though you're dumb, and you had to just, you know, get yourself nearly killed or almost dying every time I see you. I fell in love with you for who you already are and nothing more. Aurelia reaches out to check Takumi's pulse in his neck, and I move just a little to give her access. It's faint, my senses aren't developed enough to see souls, but at that moment I see Takumi's soul start to flicker like a candle in the wind. Desperate for some confirmation that I'm just seeing things, I turn to look at Yasu, but I see his own eyes filling with tears. No. I look at Aurelia and she just shakes her head. No one will meet my eyes. God damn it. I look back down at Takumi's face and see that it's relaxed. He looks so peaceful. No! Damn it! God damn it! I didn't come all this way for you to just die. Again. I won't let you die. In desperation, I close my eyes. Where's your soul at? Oh, there! Chapter 14, Salvation. I figured it'd be a really short chapter, but anyways, we're gonna finish this today. We're gonna finish this. It's been months since I last saw your smile. I brought some flowers to take to you, pink lilacs. He's dead? Naoki told me they mean acceptance. Accepting all the things that have happened would be a relief. I'd like to pretend that none of this ever happened. That I could turn around and see you standing there at any moment. But that can't happen yet. This too shall pass, they say. Time heals all wounds, they say. But when? In reality, there is no time. It's only in your head. Time winds at the pace you deem it should. Truth can be heavier than any individual sadness, because it's something you can't escape. Being with you made me able to live my life in a new way. Without you, I have no doubt that I would have been stagnant, lost in the fog of darkness. Without you, what happened to me with Shizuka would have consumed me whole. With you, I didn't even have time to think about my problems. We were just trying to make progress. Just trying to survive. You've lived in such a way as to have lived every moment to its fullest. Pink lilacs, I was told they also mean youth, and that the color pink itself can also mean love. If I give you enough of these, if I surround you with love, will you wake up again? What? Hello? Are you dead? Are you asleep? Are you in a coma? Man! I walk into a hospital room and place the flowers next to the bed. Yes, now it's his turn to be in a coma. Are you kidding? Ah. Oh, I looked down at Takumi and brushed some stray hairs out of his face. He's been asleep for months, just like Yazu. Well, months don't compare to years yet, girl. I wonder if the hospital is going to be suspicious with all these comas, especially in the same family. It's genetic. I laugh, a bittersweet sound to my ears. Yazu and Taku just traded positions, really. Yeah. But I was the only one ever in a real comatose state. really. Takumi and Yazu, they're just in status. Oh, what? Stasis. Blah, blah, blah. I sigh. How many years will it be until I hear his voice again? I don't ever want to forget what his voice sounds like, how he laughs, that little crinkle in his left eye when he laughs too hard. Seeing him so completely motionless like this is more than unnerving, but all I can do is wait and hope. Alright, so maybe that's part of the process, where it's like you just, when you get turned into a vampire, you just go into a really long stasis. And for who knows how long, but eventually you wake up as a vampire. I don't know. I sit down next to his bed and sigh again, putting my hand on his. Well, I've got eternity to wait. Yeah, that's the good thing about you, girl. I stare at Takumi's still form for an amount of time that I don't bother to count. I never do. After a while, I decide that it's time to go home. I lean over to kiss Takumi on the forehead. Bye, Takumi. You better wake up soon. But as I lean over, I'm suddenly grabbed from below and pulled down to his body. A high-pitched squeak escapes my lips before I can stop it. Yeah, I hate you. Get away from me. I look down to see Takumi smiling as he gives me a weak squeeze. He lets me pull myself back up so I can properly see him. You're so cute. Shut up! No! Go away! I'm leaving. Bye. He whispers and wipes his eyes as he looks around the room in confusion. But where the hell am I? You're in the hospital for like months now. What happened? Is this a hospital? Yeah, no shit. What happened is that your dumbass decided to turn into a vampire and then you just passed out on me. I'm too stunned to react. I want to jump and yell, how are you awake? But at this moment, I forget how to even breathe. Takumi stretches and then pushes himself to sit up. Tears begin to uncontrollably roll down my face. I lean over and give him the biggest hug, practically squeezing him to death. Hey, ow. No. Wait, what? Ow. Ow? Wasn't I a vampire? Yeah. Whoa, shouldn't I be healed by now? What? And you shouldn't be strong enough to hurt me at all. I pull back again. You're right, your fangs are gone. What's happened? What the fuck? Did it reverse itself? What is this? I pull back again. So many questions. Really? I hurt you? Well, good. Good, because you deserve it. My god, that probably means it worked. Oh. I punch his arm with just a little bit of force behind it. Ah, hey, seriously, I just woke up. Well, you deserve it. And what worked? What did you do? You're probably going to hate me for the rest of your life, but oh, did you give part of your soul? Did you give half of your soul to him? I believe I managed to stop your transformation, just like Shizuka tried to for Yazu. Oh. I used the same technique as she did. Oh. Oh, so that's what Shizuka was trying to do for Yasu, except he got turned into a vampire regardless. So she kind of failed on that on her end, but like at least he was still alive. It helped that I was able to get to you fast enough, I think. Taku stares at me in shock, apparently not knowing what to say. I look down at my hands and quietly continue. I don't want you to be anything more than you. You're amazing just the way you are. Do I need to sing Bruno Mars to you? Yeah? I remember you saying that before. I feel a crushing awkwardness pressed down between us. Ah, he heard me. Then, so what now? Well, I clap my hands together suddenly, making Takumi jump. Okay. I should go call your family and let them know. Without another word, I rush out of the room. Girl, why do you keep running away from this? It's so clear, it's so obvious that you're so in love with him. Like, why you gotta try to deny it still? Ugh. Takumi's parents and Yasu come in soon after I call them, and everyone's excited to see Takumi finally awake. Nyoko cries tears of joy as she hugs a very red-looking Takumi. Tsurumatsu smiles as he watches his wife and son. Thank you for taking care of him, Hana. I said I would. Finally, it's over. Both my boys are safe. Oh, Nyoko. The only person who's had the hardest time here is Nyoko. Thank you, Hana. Watching the happy family, I realize that I actually feel good about myself and my powers for once. I even feel thankful for them at this moment, yes. I'm happy that I was able to use them to do something and help this family that has been through so much. And no matter what happens in the future, I'm so glad I had them because I was able to save you like you've been doing for me all this time. Somehow I think Takumi somehow understands my feelings at least a little because of the tender smile he gives me. He mouths thank you to me and I smile too, mouthing the same words right back at him. Aw. What ending? Yay! Final chapter! It's like, what ending did I get though? Yay! I'm on the hospital rooftop watching the sunset with my fingers gripping the fence. It's been a few days since Takumi woke up. Under our normal schedule, I'd only be waking up about now. A familiar scent envelops me as I'm suddenly hugged from behind. Oh, you! I jump at the sudden feeling of Takumi's arms around me. I nearly elbow him in the face, except that he jumps back and dodges it. Well, aren't you sprightly? I turn around on my heel to face him. You scared the shit out of me. Why are you here? Yeah. And still in your hospital clothes. Truthfully, I'm so used to seeing him in badass leather and gear that this is supremely adorable to me. Why wouldn't I be? And I hate these. Can't wait to get back into my own clothes. Yes. Well, I think they're cute. Really? Yes. Well, if you like them, then it's not so bad. Oh god, you're adorable. He comes to stand next to me, also putting his fingers through the fence holes. We look out over the city together. I find myself recalling that last desperate night we had together months ago, and I feel my cheeks flood with heat. How do we move forward from here? We haven't talked about any of that even once. Oh. I turn to look at Takumi. We should talk about it, so might as well do it now. I think it's been put off for long enough. Yes. But as soon as I open my mouth, Takumi already has me pulled into his arms. Oh, his lips crash into mine, kissing me so deeply that it steals my breath away. Yes! I was gonna suggest, I was like, why don't you just grab him and kiss him? And just tell him I love you, you know? I relaxed into the kiss and let the happiness flood my whole body as I melted to his arms. I try to express that I feel the same way about him through the kiss and body language. I wrap my arms around him and hold onto him tight, closing any space between us completely. His lips are warm and soft, a contrast with the tip of his cold nose, which makes me pull back as I start to giggle. We stand staring at each other, cheeks thoroughly flushed. The evening breeze whips around us, and he looks away without letting go of me. I need to confess. Yes, about damn time. In case you somehow didn't notice by now. No, I had no idea. What could this possibly be about? I love you, Hannah. Oh, wow, I'm so shocked. I always have. Oh my god, double whammy. Maybe since the first time I saw you. Oh, triple whammy. You are always special to me, but you never seemed to feel the same way about me. It was always Yazu. Well, can you really blame me though? Have you seen your brother? Yazu always got everything before me, but you were the one thing I didn't want him to have. Taku awkwardly scratches his cheek as he continues. Well, guess it worked out in the end. I decided I'd fight for you until you loved me. Yeah, good on you, I guess. But then you left. I couldn't forget you even still, though. I've never stopped feeling the way I did. Oh wow, loving you, I mean. Oh, aren't you precious? God, why is this so hard? Nah, you're doing fine. Taku tries to pull away in embarrassment, but I catch him. You're not going anywhere. And neither am I, never again. And well, you should know how I feel about you by now, or I've never done any of this. I'd never done any of this. I didn't. I'm surprised you knew how I felt about Yasu. I guess I must have been pretty obvious, yeah. But I'm sorry that I never noticed your feelings for me. I was too focused on him and myself at that age. I thought of you more as a little brother than anything, yes. Still, I'm sorry I hurt you. Takumi looks hopeful, even despite my guilty conscience, and steps closer to me. Thanks, though it wasn't your fault. It feels nice to hear. Yeah, so then, what do you think of me now? Well... Can you say it? I want to hear it out loud. Okay, fine! I roll my eyes and continue, embarrassed and blushing myself. Yeah. I think you're a giant dork, that's what. I look at him. But I don't think of you as a brother anymore, because that'd be weird. And I'm in love with you too. I mean, if that's not obvious. If, you know, throughout this entire time it wasn't obvious enough. Takumi smiles brightly and suddenly picks me up and spins me around. Oh my. I cling onto him, ready to protest, but he puts me down before I get the chance. Can you maybe not do that without warning again? And you're technically still recovering. I'll think about it. He leans down to kiss me again as the city lights twinkle in the distance. And I feel, for the first time since I've had these powers, completely relaxed, completely happy in Takumi's arms. With no regrets. Yes, with no regrets. Nexus of Noir is our ending. Except, what is that? I feel like it might be passionate? I feel like it might be passionate. Anyways, let's see. Let's see what that is. Cause yeah, oh my gosh, I wanna see. I just wanna see. That was a really short episode, you guys. I'm not sure how I feel about this in the meantime while I go look for this. Passionate! I always end up getting passionate end or mystic. I never get dark end. Anyways, I think I only got mystic one time. I think it's with Tatsuya, I believe. Yeah. Yes, yeah. So anyways, wow, that was really short. So I just want to see the character bio update, and then we'll see where we can go from there, you guys. Because I feel like if I end up doing the mystic and the dark end now, I feel like it might run over my time. And also I kind of want to clump the endings together, because since I've already got, I think, most of the bad endings, if not all of them, then like I can squish those in as well when I do the mystic and the mystic and dark end. So yeah, I'll see where I am for time, and even then I feel it might just be a short episode this time, but you know, it's for the better, I guess, for the better cause. So yeah, he's 19. Okay, so he is young, but like that doesn't mean that he's necessarily underage. Or maybe in Japan it's like the drinking age and that age is up and above. So it's like, yeah. Okay, so yes, major criminal justice, superhero. He likes superheroes and swimming. Dislikes rules and sweets. You don't like sweets, really? Okay, so Takumi is said to have extremely bizarre tastes in food and style. Oh wait, the unseen. So Takumi Arai, magically enhanced human. For those humans that have contact with supernatural worlds, supernaturals can be akin to predators. In order for humans to engage in supernatural combat to have a higher chance of survival, some rely on magical items and drugs to give them the edge they need, which he has done multiple times. These items are created and sold by supernaturals at a high price and can even make humans on par with weaker supernaturals. However, there is a dark side to this advantage. Prolonged and repeated use of these items can significantly damage the fragile human body and decrease their lifespan. Figures. But anyways, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna see where I am for time. Yeah, definitely it's gonna be a really short episode, unless, I don't know, again, I feel like it's a toss-up. I'm gonna check the guide and do a quick peek of it and see if like I can squish mystic and dark end in here, just because like I know sometimes it's really long, some like with Show's Route was the first time I did it, and it took each episode for those endings took one episode, except the other time for Tatsuya it wasn't as long. So I'm not too sure if that's the same case as Takumi. Hopefully it is, because that just means I get to like squish in those bad endings. I mean, squish in those okay, I'm looking at the guide. Okay. Okay, you guys, you know what? My plan of action is to leave this for now, just because I did take a look at the guide and I kind of skimmed over some of the mystic and the dark ending choices. I feel like it's like, again, a 50-50 chance that it might be like, I guess it's a fair length, not too long, not too short for each of the endings. But again, I said how like I think I might have just gotten all the bad endings for Takumi, or maybe at most like I guess like 90%. I'm sure I got almost all the bad endings for him. So I don't want to squish in the mystic and the dark end here, and then in the next episode I'll just have to do the bad endings. But then that would mean they would be too short either way, and that would be clumped in with like say me doing his epilogue. So I will leave the mystic and dark end and his remaining bad ends for the next episode, you guys, just so that I can have enough content to show you in that episode before we move on to finally finishing off his route completely by doing his epilogue. So yeah, okay, that's my plan of action. That is my plan of action. And yeah, oh, we're missing 2 CGs, so I'm pretty sure one of them must be in the epilogue and one of them must be in the bad ending. So the remaining bad ending, I don't even know. Anyways, you guys, hope you enjoyed this conclusion. Like, I'm gonna hold back in giving my final thoughts on Takumi's route, just because, again, I feel like I should look at it as a whole, so it means the mystic and the dark and everything, just basically everything, before I give my final thoughts. So yeah, again, I'll see you guys in the next episode. We will get his 2 other endings and as well his remaining bad endings. That might call for another short episode. Sorry about it, but like I just want to keep it like kind of consistent and like, you know, organized that way. So yes, so see you then, you guys. Until then, bye.